Welcome in, welcome in. Today we find out once and for all which Neo board sounds the best. Normally this comparison isn't a valid one, being two different form factors, but there's been considerable requests for this, considerable interest in this. I think there is validity if you own a Neo60 Core, and because this new one came out with this fancy weight and everything, really nice, there's temptation to switch, or at least try the new board, which one is better. My personal preference has always been 60 over 65, but the Core Plus has gotten a ton of attention from me in the last month. It's just a really nice board all around. Even if I never use the right column in the arrow keys, I would really, really love to see a Neo60 Core Plus in the future. Turn this guy into a Core Plus with similar weightings, turn all this into copper, that would be really nice. Neo CU users, the CU Knights. Don't be upset, because I do not own a CU, but most of the time in most tests when those two boards came out, the Core always came out on top. The heavy copper base just lowered the tone of the board, and as you all know, we like to clack here. Also, the long foot design in the CU sisters, that usually lowered the tone of the voice, made the desk thunk, and it needed bumping to bring it up. So that long foot design was also a turn off. CU Knights, I apologize in advance. This video does not include your boards. If only QK would send me some CU boards for review, I would be glad to cover them. The CU80 looks to be excellent, and so far initial sound tests appear to sound excellent too. That is a nice board, but I'm not a TKL user here. This video is only for the non-CU Knights. 60, 65. We're specifically going to go back to back with the 60 Core and the Core Plus. I'll run it with MX Blacks on Alu as a baseline for both. I'm also going to be using Ghost Dragons in the spacebar for both boards. This is my usual go-to for spacebars when I'm using MX Blacks. As well, I'm going to do an HMX Xinhai on PP for both. You be the judge which board comes out on top as the best sounding QK Neo board. This will strictly be board versus board, strictly judging acoustics only. Here come the back-to-backs. Welcome back, welcome back. Wow, this was a tough one. When I first cut the back-to-back together for the MX Blacks, I was super surprised to hear the differences were so large. The Core Plus takes the win with Cherry, especially the spacebar. Both were using Ghost Dragons. Both boards were using Knight V3 stabs. I was expecting the boards to sound a lot closer. The Core Plus just seemed like it had much more control, and I preferred the spacebar. Maybe the combination of all the improvements as a whole in this made a difference. The acoustic cutouts in the bottom case, the new gasket beam design. I don't have the new alu plate that was introduced with the Core Plus with the relief cut above the spacebar. I'm using the OG Neo65 alloy plates. Perhaps the differences would be even larger if I had that plate. The Xinhais, however, on PP is a much tighter match. This one is a lot tougher to call. I feel like the Neo60 Core is louder, and the spacebar is more prominent this time around, clackier. Both were using the same stabs. I think the Core Plus still had more control, but it had a more subdued sound with Xinhais versus this 60 Core. This one is a tough call. I don't think I can call this one. I really like the volume and clack of the 60 with the Xinhais, but you can also hear the Core Plus has a little bit more control, so it's a really tough call. Sound alone, it's tough. I know we are judging sound only, but factor in the fit and finish, I would lean towards the Core Plus. Factor in the form factor, and I would lean towards the Core 60. This has been a really fun battle to battle it out with two of my favorite boards in the Neo lineup. What do you guys like? Did you guys hear something different than me? Let me know in the comments what you like better. Please note, if you guys are ordering from QK, leave a note in the notes section when you check out that Shiloh Cutis sent you. I'm trying to get their attention to send me boards to review. I cover their stuff a lot, but since I'm a small channel and I don't have any subscribers or views, they don't see the traffic they want to ensure sales. I'm pretty sure many of you have bought Neo boards based on my videos. Please let them know. I love each and every one of you. I love all the feedback and comments. I love that y'all come back and watch the videos, even if sometimes it seems like I'm just jumping the shark sometimes. Until the next one, peace.